Hi, welcome to Ocean Yemi's channel. So, as you can see, it's about the Travis Scott incident. Now, a lot of people have covered this. There is a lot of symbolism in it. Um, there was a lot of casualties in Travis Scott concert, Astroworld. Lots of people looked at the word. I think the word Astroworld as well. Now, I don't know Travis Scott that well. I can't say that I've listened to his music. Now, the fact that all of what occurred at the concert, the stage, how it looked, the casualties, um, whether it's done deliberately or maybe he himself is all about the money, the greed. Not only that, is also who he is associated with. Um, high Tripsies. He's associated with. There's a lot of video footage, a lot of video evidence of lots of things concerning that concert or event that he put together. Now, we know most of these musicians will do whatever they got to do to make that money. They will do whatever they got to do to get their name to the top, selling their souls, giving away lives if they have to. Because, as far as I see, this can go one or two ways with him. Yes, right now, with most things, for most musicians to get to the highest level to accomplish what they got to get to. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Because you've been busy. Because you come on different time to me. Sometime I catch you, and sometime I don't. But yeah, it's good to see you as well. So, so it's the same scenario with Nas X as well, doing the most. Because to be honest, Travis Scott did the most. He did the most. Not only that, he didn't care about his audience. People show video of other artists literally in the same spot where they stopped the concert, checked the fans, make sure they're okay, told, gave instructions to the fans, move back, give ear, we don't want no casualties. He did the total opposite of that. And we know, like we've known for years, our artists, what a, well, artists in general, but seems like black artists go like a little further than most. They seem to go to a whole next yard. They take, well, in West Indian terms, you give them a yard, they take a mile. Yeah. So I've seen footage. I've seen the footages from people who was there. To be honest, the people actually should take him. Should I'm glad they're doing the lawsuit, bringing it up to date, further up to date now. Because if you have a 10-year-old, there's children that was there. People went there to enjoy your music. You, on the other hand, whether you are in your head, drugged up, whatever, because some said he was drugged up. I couldn't, to be honest, from the videos, you can't really tell whether he was in his head or whether it's the chords he was singing, or whether it's the, what they say, when you're in that moment. I mean, he's been known to do a lot of stuff anyway in the past. But like I said, I don't listen to this young man, right? So I probably heard about this young man in passing. I can't say I will sit and listen to that music. That music doesn't do anything for me. I can like so, but the young ones, the youth, they listen to these music like with anything, the mumble rap, the drill, which all have certain. There's the music. There's something about the music that the makes them go a bit not not of this world. And right now, like I said, I and I think a few other people quite agree that was a big massive ritual done in the broad of day. I mean, we know Lady Gaga did her little the sign, the symbols, the covering of the eye of Horus that they use. But in this case, when you're looking at how the astral world is looking, how it's made, even people checking numbers, they see certain names come up, certain things come up. There is so much information. Even I couldn't gather the information. There was so much information. I mean, some people's done the, you know, the breakdown of things. So I don't know. I'll just see how this goes. This one, I'll just see how this one goes because the symbolisms is very strong there. Yes, was it an open ritual? Did he come to collect souls? Most probably he did come to collect souls because during lockdown, obviously, right, they weren't able to do whatever was wanted to do. So he came to collect. And whether people care to agree or not agree with what's going on, yes, some people don't believe in a lot of things, and I'm not gonna I ain't forcing this around in nobody's throat, but there is a lot of things under the radar. Is whether the eyes is open because sometimes not everything you see you can say. Not only that, Kylie Jenner, I think, is the one he goes out with, right? In one of the pictures, or after, I think it's the day after the concert, I think it was. When you look at the picture, Kylie Jenner doesn't even look like she was empathized. No sympathy. There's a picture, I think. You don't see the sympathy on her face. He probably looks a little bit distorted, but he's a puppet to the Jenners. You know, with all the Jenners men, they all seem to be under a spell, right? What's his name? Jesus Walks guy. I can't remember his name. Thingy West. From when he married the one of the Jenners, they put all the men under a spell. They've been known to be called witches in the past. Now, this is proper proof of the power of the Jenners and how they know how to manipulate the men in their lives, and the men just seem to go along with it. So it's like a puppet. It's like looking at um, a live zombie in in it. But like I said, when people, the videos that have been taken of this man, even when a dead body's been carted off, he sings a chord. People call it the devil's chord. Some say it's the devil's chord. It's a tone. There's a tone that he was using. Somebody said when you look above him, you see like people's walking, or it looks like two sort of weird humans walking. Higher Optimus Prime. So he not only have he got the symbolisms of the Illuminati isms all over the stage, from the entrance, from when the people entered to when they went inside of the thing, you can tell it was something off, because I've never seen nothing like that before. I can't say I've ever seen anything like that or heard anything like that. But the thing is this cord, that cord that he used when the young man was being being picked out to the crowd. I think people really focused it on that. That was one of the biggest things people focused on when he started saying, yeah, the bass, yeah, you know. So I tried to compile a few little bits what I've picked up, what I've seen on the video. I don't know, I don't even think I've got a lot of stuff because there is a lot in the videos. So I'm going to show you. There's a video what one of the, I think one of the concert goers um, did. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it everywhere anyway, but I'm gonna put it up the bit. I might forward it a little bit, and we might move to more what is going on around the astro world itself. I mean, I might stop in parts. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'll just see how it goes. Okay. Now, the reason why I've turned down the sound, the copyrights and all that. Now, looking at this now, I was looking at this. I've been looking at this a long time. Some people said the red dome bit is the porthole. So he's literally made a porthole, and some people say the thing flying is either a dove or a phoenix. At first I thought it was a dragon. To be honest, I thought it was a dragon. That's what came to mind. Let me stop it. Let me stop it a little. Now, there was a lot of flames. I mean, they said that they can breathe. They said it was similar to hell. It had a feeling that it was like hell. Um, so he more or less was constructing hell, I will say. He was creating hell on earth for the people, you know, because when you're looking at the vibe of the video alone is demonic. You don't have to ask if it's demonic. You can see it from the video alone that it's very demonic. It has a demonic feel to it. The colors of the flames. Those some musicians will ideally put things on to what you call it, um, over dramatize the feeling of their album, because his albums alone even have certain on off tone or on tone about it, you know. So, but I'm gonna play it a little more. So it does look like it's a cave with flames around it. I think that's how it's meant to look with the portal. So he's created what they created there was a suction thing. I mean, people put it nearest thing to the Stargate, you know. So if you watch Stargate, you see it's shaped similar to the Stargate. So some things are not coincidental. But some people's done some great breakdown. So I'm just going to do what I think is going on. I'm not going to elaborate on stuff or try to sound all smart or whatever, because I don't. I'm not gonna, you know. Trying to get to the part with the girl where she's talking. Yeah, it's a porthole. You can definitely see some type of porthole. The flying, like I said, it looked like a flying. I thought before people were saying it was a dove, I said it looked like a flying dragon because it had that field of a dragon. Some people said it was a phoenix. I don't know, maybe. Phoenix is positive things. Phoenixes are not negative things. You know, Phoenix, maybe in their mind, maybe it, the flames, but it looks like a dragon. I'm going with the dragon part. To me, I don't see Phoenix. It didn't give me bird like feeling. I'm trying to get to this lady.
Demonic, the energy all around me. It was so demonic. The energy was so demonic. The set was demonic. Travis was demonic. We were literally in hell. Like, I felt like we were in hell.
Even this part here, the way the place is set up. Because remember, there's three entrances. They have to go through his mouth. You know, people said also certain things was used on the on I can't remember the words exactly, but on the other video you see it more. Like, so even this skull thing here is like, they're entering into death basically. That's the entrance into death. You know, and like she said, it's very it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice, you know, a nice whatever's going on. It's just have that feel. There's a certain feel to this. To even the pictures. When you're watching the pictures, you can feel. It's like, yeah, it's like they're entering onto their end basically, because there was no order in the thing. Accordance to people, there was no order, no, when there was there.
Nobody could breathe. We were all suffocating. Everybody around me was suffocating. We were standing on our tiptoes, and all you see is everyone around you, chins up, gasping for air, and that's all you see around you.
Now, how can you go to a concert and not be able to breathe? I mean, fair enough, right? There's hundreds of people around you. I mean, I've been to kind of concert-y kind of things, I suppose, all days out in the open. There's no way you shouldn't be able to breathe. There's no way. So probably they had already, whatever was done behind the scenes, it seems to have filtered out to the bit where he's singing as well. That's what I'm feeling from this. So I'm not like gonna sound like, ooh. I'm just giving my point of view on this little video here. on this little bit here. But I'm gonna show the other bits, the other videos which people keep putting up because they put up. They actually showed the stuff on his t-shirts and on his t-shirt. I think the stuff on the Foria itself, the meaning of it. Like I said, there's a whole lot of videos out there, so I'm just going by my feeling of this one on here on this situation.
There was no room for mosh pits. There was no room to breathe. We couldn't even breathe. We didn't even have enough room to, like, I'm sore. Like this hurts to take a deep breath today. Like, we couldn't even breathe in there because everyone's bodies were.
One concert goer called it hell.
Police say they have not determined what caused the deadly chaos.
It just felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see, like, and like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like
that is so sad.
Spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything. Like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you, cause like he sacrificed so many people's lives.
Yeah, we won't be listening to that tone. That tone that he was singing, that they call it the devil's chord. While the body was being taken off, he didn't even stop the concert. Even his face, even the way he's standing, is like he was singing towards the body. He didn't he didn't you know, humans, right, what we do when we see things like that, well, people, we have this thing where like we would instantly stop what we're doing, or is that person all right, is that person okay, you know, that's the normal kind of reaction to stuff. But no, he didn't. He continued to sing, looking towards the body. He looked directly towards the body, and everybody was saying he transformed. There's a video where like they stopped it slowly. You see like a transformation on of this particular part of the video. There's like his face changes, and you know, it's it has got an airy feeling to this part where he sings the year. There is an eerie feeling, right? I don't know whether anybody else has picked that up when they've seen the videos of this part particularly. But he's singing towards the body, literally, as they're picking the body out of the crowd, literally, literally. You can see it. So, like I said, this is the flying thing. They said it was a phoenix. It does have bird light thing. Actually, I can actually see the bird feathers at the back. So maybe it is a phoenix. But phoenix are normally positive things, like, you know, like when they call it the falling of the phoenix. You the phoenix burns, then it creates itself and it flies up again. Or maybe I might have to double check. But yeah, but if you know about the phoenix, you know the significance of a phoenix. It's not a negative thing, but this is a negative situation. So, but I did see the bird feathers at the back, so some kind of bird. Now, I think there's one of him smiling. Amongst the screaming now, why are you smiling? People saying help, help, help. He's smiling. He's smiling. Whether I mean, they said that how right people become immune to stuff. The emotions. You know when things are happening around you, and if you're used to seeing certain stuff, you become immune, right? And we know in our community as well, there is an immunity to certain things. We are like seeing death because we see death. Well, some people see death on a regular basis. So he's just smiling while they're saying, "Help me, help, help, help." He's smiling and rocking his head. Well, I mean, whether he thought they were calling his name out, because that's another theory. He must have thought they were calling his name out, because the way he's shaking his head is like, yeah, 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 like yeah, they're calling my name out. Yeah, that's what I feel from this video. But he's smiling while they're saying help. Hmm. Now, this video, if you have seen these video, focuses on the dome and the words that was used. Hell's Gate. Hell's Gate, basically. I'll see you on the other side. This is all deliberate. See you on the other side. Very deliberate words. Nothing's by coincidence. Nothing's by coincidence. Hell's Gates. Going into dimensions. Dimensions meaning, anybody who's astral traveled, had near death experience, because that I can say that's something nearest to it. When you feel the life coming out of your body, right? Um, well, astral travel is an interesting thing. So anybody who's astral traveled, because even the name astral world, now out of all the names that he came up with, he chose astral world, right? Opening up dimensions, third dimensions, fourth dimensions. I mean, there's mad stuff on Earth already. So so when somebody does things like this, they're more or less opened up for something to be let out, you know. And another thing that people noticed was that when all this was going on with the crowd, right, the Jenners were sitting in the VIP areas. I think they escorted them through the crowd to to take them out of the concert. And none of the Jenners stopped. None of the Jenners, I think the whatever their name is, Jenners, whatever. I don't really care about them really. They're not important. The witches, I call them the witches, right? They didn't stop to see how are you. Oh my gosh, reaction. They didn't react to the crowd. They just walked through the middle of the crowd while there was crying, screaming, help, all this. Now, I did take a look at like certain articles pertaining to this. Now, as you can see, like I said in the videos, portals, fire, hell, the mouth of hell. That's what I see watching these pictures. Death. Even this picture. I tried to find a little bit of information on these sort of things on this. Now, looking at the inverted cross. Oops, hold on. Let me look at the inverted cross. They call it the cross of St. Peter. The inverted cross is cross of St. Peter. Now, Peter, as it says in here in Wikipedia, because I was going to try find another source. The cross of St. Peter of the pristine cross is an inverted Latin cross traditionally used as a Christian symbol, but in recent times also used as an anti-Christian symbol. In Christianity, it is associated with the martyrdom of Peter the Apostle. The martyrdom. The symbol originates from the Catholic tradition that then sentenced to death. Peter requested that his cross be upside down as he felt unworthy of being crucified in the same manner as Jesus. The, the Petrine cross is also associated with the, the papacy, the papacy, reflecting the Catholic belief that the Pope is the successor of Peter as the Pope of Rome. Hold on, let me go to the other bit because there's a cultic meaning to it. What does the upside down cross, inverted cross really mean? So, according to traditions and extra biblical sources, the Apostle Peter was the crucified during Nero's on reign on an upside down cross. In this sense, the inverted cross symbolizes humanity in faith because Peter would not be crucified in the same manner that the Savior Jesus Christ was crucified. However, these details of Peter's death was not explicitly recorded in the Bible. In John 21:18, Jesus predicted the desperate nature of Peter's death. Very well, I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and went where you wanted, but when you are old, you would stretch out your hands and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. So, this is the Christian connotation for it. Okay, this is the bit I wanted. So, the inverted upside down cross and the occult. An inverted pentagram is more common symbol attached to the Church of Satan and Satanism, but an inverted cross is also used as in satanic temple ceremonies unveiling the Baphomet statue. In popular culture such as music and movies, upside down cross and the upside down cross can mean anti-Christian and Satanist segments, specifying or rebellions against social political power in general. In Hollywood films like Rosemary Baby and The Conjuring, upside down crosses are associated with the demonic activity and overall evenness to versatile creep the audience out. The symbol nature of the upside down cross is best determined by the context. to look a little further because he did have an upside down cross there. I think he's more or less saying the same thing. Yeah, this one's saying the same thing. So I'm gonna look at the stop sharing that one. Right. I'm also gonna show not show. I'm gonna show an article pertaining to the reaction, his reaction, and Kylie Jenner's reaction. Right, and I want people to see her face on this picture. Now, this her face is very telling on the picture. I haven't pulled the picture up yet, but her face is very telling. Now, just remember, right? He's apologizing to the people. He's saying it on articles. He's doing all the public, you know, the PSA or whatever they term it. You know, to say he wasn't aware of what was going on. You know, I mean, like, you know how these stars go, you know, right? You know, right? They have to give an apology, you know, otherwise people won't buy their records, you know. But yeah. So Kylie says Travis Scott wasn't aware of Astro World's death. Now, even this here is a lie because we can clearly see he was looking at the dead body of the boys. He saw a big old ambulance came into the middle of the crowd. If you have watched the videos, you see the ambulance come into the crowd, and it's like he stops, he talks for a bit, and then he continues singing. So he was aware. Okay, now now they say images can tell a lot. You know, an image can speak 1,000 words. Right? It doesn't matter that this is a photo shoot or whatever the case may be. Right? He looked distorted. Maybe if you really read into this picture properly, she's smiling. She's smiling. That's a smile. That's a smirk, a smile, however you term it. Right? Now just think about it now, right? This was after the concert. And obviously, right, they must have said, oh, Mr. Travis, you know, let's do an apology and whatever. Even if they catch you on the spur of the moment, the wrong time, right, your face will not be looking happy. You will not be smirking. You will not be like, you know, she looks like she's smirking. That's what I read from this picture, you know. So we're going to see from the another one.
Families desperate to know more about the tragedy at Travis Scott's Astroworld Music Festival in Houston. 8 people were killed and many more are injured, still in the hospital, some of them, when the crowd rushed the stage. A 9-year-old boy is among those in critical condition today. Now, dozens of families have filed lawsuits. Lilia Luciano is in Houston, where attention is also being paid to what happened before the concert. Lilia, it's clear officials were concerned even before the concert got underway. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Gail. The FBI is now providing technical assistance in this criminal investigation, and the Houston chief of police said that he met with Travis Scott before the concert and expressed his safety concerns. He also asked him to be mindful of his team's social media messaging, but there's just so many questions as to how things could have.
Even what she said, what did she say? The team asked him to be mindful of the social media messages, and he still went onto social media and he still spoke. He didn't comfort nobody. He looked so-called distorted, so-called, I would say so-called, right? So-called distorted. I've got to go on. I've got to, with most things, with most artists, right? I don't know much about that world. I've never been part of that world. But from what I know, they have to make a statement. Don't know, hopefully you can't hear my boiler. It's going to be doing the most now. Right. Um. Right. They they have to make a statement of apology. One of my YouTube friends said that how he didn't care for the fans. So this is all a front. But yeah, let me play it because there's going to be a whole lot of noise in a minute.
Have escalated to this level of madness given all the warning signs. Video from Friday night's deadly Travis Scott concert shows a crowd out of control. And now many victims' families and festival survivors are suing Astroworld's organizers, saying staff did not do enough to prevent or stop the chaos. Axel Acosta was killed during Friday's show. The 21-year-old's family is one of dozens taking legal action. His father, Edgar, says festival events need to change.
Today is me. I lost my son. It could be you. It could be you.
Tony Busby is representing the Acosta family and at least 35 other families.
This concert was planned incredibly poorly, that no regard was given to the safety of these young people.
A 56-page safety plan obtained by our Houston affiliate KHOU was filed by the concert promoters and refers to traumatic injuries, riots, and the ever-present threat of a mass casualty situation. But at no point does the plan reference the threat of a crowd surge or how to manage a crush towards a stage. It's an omission that raises several questions, says nationally recognized crowd safety expert Paul Wertheimer.
So if they didn't address it, then they didn't address the emergency response if something should go wrong.
The safety plan also empowers certain festival officers to stop the show and broadcast pre-scripted evacuation announcements, shutting down the power if the lives of employees and guests are in immediate danger. Wertheimer says local authorities should have stopped the show on their own.
Mass casualty announced, 5 minutes later, show stopped. That's it.
We've reached out to Live Nation and to the people listed on that safety plan for comment and haven't heard back. Now, Live Nation has said that they are cooperating with local authorities. As for Travis Scott, well, he announced that he will be covering the funeral expenses of the victims and that he's partnering with a company to provide free therapy to the people who went to the concert and are in need as Houston continues to cope, Tony, with this tragedy.
Yeah, one can only imagine, Lilia. Thank you very much. A day after overseas travel started getting back.
Okay, so I looked up the mouth of hell, I don't know if you can hear me anyway, but I'm going to continue talking. I looked at the mouth of hell and I've come with an article. Now, the words, see, they called it a festival of blood. See, when you put in the mouth of hell, you tap onto the astral world thing. They called this concert the Satanic Festival of Blood Sacrifice, right? Yes, there may be conspiracy theory, yeah, but it's right in front of your face. People can't deny what was shown, what was seen, what was there up at the concert. You can't deny what was going on. You can't deny, you know, what was happening with around the youths. Do you know what is really? Well, know what just came to me just now, right? They wanted the blood of the youth, the blood of the youth. In most things, they take away the innocence. The youngest one was 10. That's the innocent. 9. I think there was a 9-year-old. I think there was a 1-year-old on the shoulder of somebody. You know, they wanted the youth. They wanted, you know, I can't think of my words right now, but something, well, it came to me like that. That's what, yeah, the blood of the youth was needed. Because there's been a lot of, what you call it, things going on about human trafficking and all that stuff coming out in the open. So the blood of the youth was very important. Yes, yeah, I will say yes. This was a full-on blood sacrifice, a full on, in full view of everybody. A bit like the Omen, Damien as well. So he's like, so yeah, yeah. That's what I am feeling, thinking. All right, I'm gonna try to battle through this noise. All right, you're gonna hear noise, but I'm gonna battle through it. Hi, y'all. Hi. Oh, that looks like we're not into adult movies here, dude. Oh, Peter North here. Old adult film star. I've heard of these concerts. Okay. I thought you was a troll just. Yes, yes. Yeah, the concert. These concerts are. This is like a rivers of blood syndrome going on right now. That's what I'm feeling. Instead of getting the children, this concert was set up to get the blood, to get blood. You know, a lot of it, because remember there was thousands of people there as well. I mean, so they're saying it's a theory. It's not a theory. I don't. It's not a theory. Yeah. Ugh, this thing's gonna annoy me right now. But when my daughter's doing what she's doing, yeah, it's a very evil concert. Very evil. I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background. I mean, I'll just have to work my way through it. I have to work my way through it. Okay. So, while events that occurred at Astroworld in Texas. Oh yeah, well, there's audio in it. Yeah. While while the events occurred at Astro Festival in Texas over the weekend have been widely described as hellish by attendees. A number of conspiracy theories have dropped up which claim that the concert was some sort of blood sacrifice. As Travis Scott's Astro World Music Festival in Houston on Friday night, at least 8 people died and dozens more were injured as the crowd surged towards the stage. 2 teenagers aged 14 and 16 are amongst those who died. Several videos from attendance have been circulating on the social media that show rapper appearing to, now listen to these words, rapper appearing to not stop the show, despite witnessing people passing out and the medical staff attempting you know, resuscitate them. However, during the live stream of the performance, he could be seen stopping several times, calling on someone to help people who had passed out in the crowd. The disturbing scenes have seen people claim that the concert was blood sacrifice, as much as Scott's promotional material is centered on demonic imagery and symbolism. Travis Scott literally shows himself as a demon in his new album cover. The whole astral world was set up as a sacrifice ritual, and no one will change my mind about that. That's what one person said. As Astral World this year, the 30-year-old performed on the stage, styled like the gates of hell, which is what I said, while revelers entered the gig through a large sculpture of his mouth, which has been likened to the famous Christ in Limbo painting by Hermes Bosch, which depicts the mouth of hell. Travis did sacrifice. Oh, Travis did sacrifice. Look at the symbolism of the event. See, see you on the other side. In the tagline, people walking into his mouth through a doorway into another world on a primo poster for Astral World. Look at the diplomacy of the album art cover for the Astral World. Oh yeah, this is the video that is circulating, the one where they're collecting the body. Many people have also pointed out that the slogan for the festival was "See you on the other side," which was not aged well due to the deaths that occurred. Bro, you literally cannot make this up. So, even I did look at the mouth of hell. Oh, something's in my way. Right, yeah, I looked at the mouth of hell. That was what I looked at. That's what came into my mind while looking at one of the pictures, one of the things. So everything's significant. Significant. I think somebody did a explanation of this the theoria. Let's get it on the screen from the Twitter. Hmm. There's a lot in this. I don't even think I can break get to my points at hand. Normally, I stick to the point. This theoria is an imagined community or society that is dehumanizing and frightening. A diphtheria is a anti of utopia, which is the perfect society, which is what they want within the new world order. New world, right? You can refer to the new world order, a perfect world. This right. I think what Travis had also created was an unseen world. Like I said, going through portals, going through his mouth, going through different things. The human life being consumed, which we know, like I said, in Pizzagate, particularly, that's one of their things. What they do, human. Well, I mean, I always refer back to certain human trafficking. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. Like this is not only to do with the metaphysical world. If you look into metaphysics a lot, though they say that this is conspiracy theories. Is it a conspiracy theory? So a lot. So basically, yeah, it's played out in the open. Everything's played out. It's played out. Anyway, let's move to the next thing. Somehow my videos somehow do actually make sense, and somehow, but these are the stuff I compiled while watching the video, going through articles and different things. Let me see the next thing. Right. So the next thing, next sharing thing I'm gonna share is the Devil's Chord, which they talk about in popular music. Many bands have done the so-called Devil's Chord. Many bands, from what I've seen on one article. I see. So, the Devil's Chord. This is their uptake on the Devil's Chord. Let's see. The coming of the lawlessness, the lawless one, is by activity of Satan, with all the powers and false signs and wonders. This is the biblical text. Blessed are the destroyers of the false hope, for they are the true messiahs. Cursed are the God adorers, for they shall be shown as sheep. When the angel of when the angel of light, Lucifer, the light bearer, was denounced by his father and subjected to an existence of sin and horror, man was nothing more than a creative forethought. At least this is the construction presented to us through years of religious storytelling. Since the dawn of democracy, society self-appointed rulers have intentionally enforced a scapegoat and like such as the boogeyman figure in order to keep their communities afraid and total extermination, but safe exempt. It's yeah, excuse me, I'm not good with these words, but safe under their master's law. Demonic and um, beast are conjured by the reconteurs to maintain. Sorry, I'm not good at these words. To maintain a sense of control over God-fearing nations. Almost every culture, both hysterically and present, has one of these. Satan's a carnal image of infinite death and destruction. But as we ease further into a post-circular era, as author and philosopher Eugene Tucker suggests, our ideas and interpretations of hell and the devil have changed. Throughout the course of time, the concept of Satan has become less of of a religious torment and more of a trendy reference point in pop culture. Since the 20th century, Lucifer's notorious aesthetic of blood and sacrifice, blaspheme has wormed its way into sub, subservient art and literature, and more significantly, music. The practice of Satanism itself wasn't formally present until the establishment of the Church of Satan in 1966 by uh, um, uh, Antoine LaFay, devoted occultist and author of the Satanic Bible. Yet of the devil can be dated back as far as the Middle Ages. The music of the Titorum and the fifth, these words, was referred to as the devil's chord. Why don't they just talk forward and or the music in the devil in music, significantly banned by the Roman Catholic Church in the 19th century. So we have to skip some of these words. Most of the direct and complying satanic narratives. Odin. I think there was more. Oh, oh yeah. So in the early 20th century, traditional societal values and Christian morals was practically potent in the Western world. Anything deemed subversive to the God-feared norm, often considered a direct display of the devil worship, rebel music, which is performed by the oppressed and the disaffected, was seen as dangerous and unholy. The blues, especially, was regarded as a satanic profanity, and no artist embodied this mythology more than the guitarist Robert Johnson. One of Johnson's many peers tells the story of how the guitarist was an average guitar player before disappearing for weeks. On Johnson's return, his masterful technique was revolutionary. I think this is the one. Oh no, this is not the one who went to the crossroads. So gonna try run past. So the legend said that Johnson took his guitar to the highways of 49 and 61 in Mississippi, where the devil exchanged his instrument for the blues man's soul. And the tale tells us more about the superstitions of white Christians probe in the 1920s than the artist. So he gave his soul to Satan. So I'm not going to read through all this. I thought it was going to talk about the devil's cord because it says the devil's cord, but there is a devil's cord, mind you. There is the devil's cord. I'm gonna what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and read and go back to the search thing because the all right. What's the wrong one? So I'm going to see my other bits because I thought that was going to give me an explanation on the chord, but obviously you didn't. Which is the next one? And I did look up about the phoenix thing as well. Oops. Yeah, I looked up about the phoenix, the symbol of the phoenix. Hold on, let me let the cane. The phoenix, the symbol of the phoenix. The symbol of the phoenix is what is one of the most sacred symbols to the brotherhood we know of as the order of the quest. It symbolizes the morning star, who is the son of the sun, the father in which we celebrate through the rising of the most glorious firebird from the flames into immortality and reincarnation. The phoenix is the sun and the Messiah that has risen and become the soul of the sun god Ra. This is represented today with the obelisk of the Porta del in Rome, pictured to the right, where we can find near the top of the a donation of Ra with the words Ramses II, son of Ra, who railed the temple of Phoenix. With his splendors, there is also seen in the Vatican on the wooden coffin of Hermites, a picture where it is seen a hawk and a phoenix with the words glory be to Ra in the underworld. Glory be to Ra when he rises. Oh, see. As Manly P. Hall said in this book, The Last Keys of Freemasonry, these was the mortals to who the term phoenix was applied, and their symbol was the mysterious two-headed bird now called an eagle, a familiar and little understood Masonic emblem. In the city of the sun and in the Greek holopoles, where the first wooden records was given to us by Herodotus, in his work titled, I'm not going to say the Entropy, had written how the phoenix was first seen in Hermopolis during the reign. Oh, these words. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for in it. But basically what they're saying, because like if I read it, I'm going to read very slowly. Right, the phoenix is seen in Egyptian texts and Egyptian stuff. It's very significant, but also in Freemasonry is used as well, which is what I really wanted to show people. This is important. This part here, like the immortals, the phoenix was applied, and the symbol was the mysterious of the two-headed bird, now called an eagle, familiar, little understood Masonic emblem. And people saying that how like as you saw in the concert, like I said, people said it looked like a phoenix, but like I said, you can see there's bird feathers from the back end of it. If you really look at the image properly, you will see there's feathers. It is shaped like a bird. It did look like a dragon at first to me, but as Egyptian texts shows, let's make it shrink it down again. The symbolism of the phoenix, the brotherhood, which is an order well, they say it's an order of quest, but there is actually a brotherhood that does exist. Right, but it's just not in plain eyesight, or they're not in plain eyesight, or they are in plain eyesight. So if Travis Scott, basically what I'm trying to say, if Travis Scott is part of the Freemasonry or Illuminatiism, what right? He's actually put up certain things on his concert to say exactly who he is or exactly what he's a part of as well. So like even with the pop culture, the chord, the frequency of music. Music brings people together. Music brings lots of emotions. Music does a lot. It brings emotions, it brings a lot. So through music, which is, you can get hypnotized through music. You can, like I said, I ain't no clever bean, but I'm just saying, all right? You can be hypnotized through music. Music, you can put on music and you can feel happy, you can feel sad, you can bring in memories. Music is an interesting player. That's the frequency they always use to gain children, so as children would do outrageous things, you know. But anyway, yeah. But this is one article I found on the Phoenix that I thought that was more significant to what was going on at the concert. Yeah, Luciferian music. Yeah, yeah, Luciferian musicians. Yeah. Right. So we're gonna move on to where they put down memorials for the dying. Oops.
Rapper Travis Scott on Monday announced he would cover the funeral costs of those who were crushed in the crowd at a Houston music festival while he performed on stage. Authorities on Monday were investigating what caused the audience of 50,000 people to surge toward the stage at the Friday concert, leaving 8 people dead and dozens injured.
And as soon as Travis Scott came out, it got crazy. People started punching and shoving and doing horrendous things to each other. There wasn't room to breathe.
Basil Beg was at the show and survived. His brother Danish did not.
We want justice for Danish and all the kids and families and everyone who lost their loved ones. We're gonna get justice for him. Travis Scott, you are the one who's liable. You got blood on your hands, man.
More than half a dozen lawsuits from victims and their families have already been filed against several defendants, including Scott and concert promoters Live Nation and Score More. 2 of the dead are teenagers, aged 14 and 16, caught in the crush. Scott, who headlined the Astro World Festival, continued his performance as the deadly stampede unfolded below him.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night.
Now, chat. Does he look really distorted? Does it not look like he's putting on an act? Listen to the tone of his voice. He doesn't sound very distorted. I mean, fair enough, right? You cannot show your emotions on social media. You know, some people can cry on social media. Some people, right? I see all sorts of emotions on the platforms that I'm on, where people, when they're going through healing, they'll be crying. When they're showing funerals, you'll see everybody's head down, you'll hear singing, and you know, he does not give me no inkling that he feels bad about what happened. He doesn't. Okay, he doesn't. And like I said, with the witches, which is called the Jenners, the Kardashians, whoever, because I know he's around the Kardashian lot, right? And they've been known to be called witches, okay? He has not one bit of emotion coming from him, because to be honest with you, if he stopped in several parts of the concert, which is what they said already, yeah? Right, which he did do. You do actually see that on the videos. Certain videos you see it, and then you see him just standing there like, wow, what happened? Like, kind of thing. He was under a trance as well. I can say that. He was in a trance as well on his face. His face just looked placid looking. I think that's the right word for it. He was not here. He wasn't here. He wasn't here. He wasn't in the now, like I'm talking to you now. He wasn't here. Because to be honest, right, if he was here, he'll be more feeling with his words. There's no feeling with the words. There's no feeling. It's just surface. Like, I'm sorry. You know, there's no feeling there. There's no heart. His soul maybe has been taken because of the stuff what he's dealing with as well. Because he's probably dealing with stuff behind the scenes we don't even know about. and he's probably just showing a bit of it on that concert as well. But saying that, I do remember someone said he dropped in a hole. He was singing with Drake one time and he fell. And it's like he changed after that time, after he fell. Then he started doing all this. But it seems to me he was doing a lot before. No feeling.
In an Instagram post, a visibly distraught Scott later said he could not perceive the severity of the situation. A source told Reuters that Scott plans to offer refunds to all attendees. The source.
The inverted cross. Okay, it's just playing in front of your face. It's just,
Added Scott canceled a scheduled performance this weekend at a similar outdoor festival in Las Vegas.
When you look at each video of what's going on, just go around and look at the videos. You can see evidently there is something a bit more going on there. Clearly, there is a lot going on. Oh yeah. I went to one of the websites. I put his name in. There's a heck of a lot of hate for him as well. He's got a lot of hate. A lot of hate. Let me see if I could close these tabs so I can move it along so I can show you this hate. There's a lot of hate for this guy as well. Let me show you. You probably won't see this. Oh, is it going to take long to do? Oh, there you go. See, I could find it. Okay, I'm gonna show you there's this website I came across. I put in his name and I came across his website. The hate is real. It's got a lot of hate as well. So he think he's loved, but he's not. Right. So I came across this the other day. Alright. And in this, they talk about him singing and why the bodies was being etc, etc, etc. And he didn't stop, he continued to sing. Now, on this website, they depict him in such a way. Yeah, a way. That's all I can say. They talk about the altar tone. The altar tone, that's pathetic. Let me see if it's got all of it there. Okay. On popular opinion, he pointed out that someone needed help and he didn't know that the dude was Pepsi. I mean, one person passing out isn't justification to ruin the show for everybody else with what was said. Oh, where did it go? With what was said. I mean, yeah, for everybody else with that said that the music is absolute dog shit. Oh, it's doing the most now. Hello, I hope you can hear me. because I know this does in this area. It goes a bit weird. Obviously, these are Americans. So as you're seeing, this is the level of hate that's on this website for this guy. A lot of hate. A lot of hate. He's more or less put himself in a predicament. He's put himself in such a predicament right now because, like, most people who listen to rap, as we know, are teen, suburbia teenagers, as well as the ordinary black teenager as well. All right, so the rap is universal in every way. So I don't know whether they're talking like this because of who the amount of people that was there and who was there specifically. Well done. See, these are the words they're using pertaining to this guy. I don't know whether you can see it. Let me pull up the word a bit closer. Oh, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and they also spell out that lovely word, which black people love to use on a day-to-day basis. They spell out the whole word. I think they took it out. Oh no, it's still there. It's still there. So he's also unpopular amongst certain people. Yeah, because their children are listening to his music. They listen to the auto-tune music, which they don't approve of. So they're letting off on one website. This is the one website. You put in his name, you'll come across this website, and you can read. And it's just, but this is how people set themselves up. I mean, obviously, no one can't tell you who to love, but you know the history of America. We all know the history of America already. Yeah, so that's the conclusions I come to on this build here. I'm gonna put in the chat. So if anybody wants to come up and give their 5 cents on the situation, that'd be a hand. You can come, it's fine. Or if not, I will close it down because there is a lot of information in there. There's a lot of stuff going on. Um, there's nothing good about what's happened. Yes, people are very irate at this present moment because of what's happening. The guy clearly is not all there himself, right? The young man, he's not there. Yeah, he's not all there himself. He's not there himself. So, yeah, so if anybody wants to come up and say anything, it's fine. If not, I'll close the stream down. Thank you for those who's come through till the next video. And yeah, we clearly have to be aware of who we listen to, what music we listen to. I'm sure I haven't covered everything that went on in that concert. I'm sure there's a lot more that went on. Numerologist has looked through it, looked through the timing of it, the you know, there is clearly a lot in that video. There is clearly a lot. I don't think I can cover half of it because like even when you're looking at the um, when you're looking at the symbolism, it's something else because the symbolism to break down all that symbolism that was there. That where I would have to study through, look through that, study through, and all that. There was a lot, definitely a lot was going on in that concert, and I'm sure other people saw more than what I saw, but that's my uptake on it anyway. So it's quite early over here right now, and I thought I'll do this video and say my 5 cents on it basically because I'm even going to show back one of the videos, to be honest. Let me show back one of them. Oh, that's not the one. I'll say take a look at this one as well. I mean, just go through his videos that they put online about this guy, the dark side of Travis Scott. Um, that was very good. I've watched one video called The Dark Side of Travis Scott. I think one of Tripsy's people, I think is Nikwa B. She did a good build on it as well. God Body News. There was a lot of information in the chat, a lot. So people are clearly awake because it's in front of your face. It's not like they're doing it behind closed doors like they were doing before. Okay, so yeah. With that said, I think I'm gonna come off, because it's a lot of information to digest. I don't even know whether I've even put out enough information or whether I've said what needed to be said. Because, like, when you're looking into certain things to do with Freemasonry, Illuminatiism, there is a lot of mysteries. Well, no mysteries. I mean, 'cause the mysteries are there in your face. So clearly, this man is either going through some kind of thing. So my thing is, this is what I want you all to watch. Does his music go up higher? I mean, does he get high Philly, big dog Philly? Does he get, if he gets bigger, then we know why this all happened. If it goes the other way, right? Where matter of a case where, like, obviously they're gonna take him for some monies, obviously, clearly, lawsuits and all. Um yeah. I would just say just watch, just sit and watch. That's the most you can do, because things are playing out in front of you right now, and we are taking notice of what's going on, clearly. So, well, like I said, for him to go up to where he's got to go up to, he did all that. He did that, right? Even though he's been known to be very manic, his concerts are very toxic or whatever. It's never a positive concert. He never has a positive concert, I don't ever think. He's not really a positive person, really. He's not a positive person. One tarot reader spoke about the levels that he is now becoming. He was set a mission and he carried it out. Kanye West was given a mission, he didn't complete it. So he is now the new king in town, as she puts it. So we are gonna literally watch him grow. Though he'll have all these lawsuits and all these little things and all this and little that. He must probably come out of it anyway. Somehow he'll come out of it. But he'll be hated, because that website showed how much he's hated. So, there's nothing else I can expand on it, Like I said, the numerologist has spoken on the numbers surrounding the concert. So I'm just seeing from what I'm feeling from the videos. And I'm sure other people are feeling stuff from the videos as well. Because even though you weren't physically there, you can clearly feel the vibes, what was going on there, clearly. So, I ain't really going to stay on too long, I ain't really going to stay on too long, because last time I was on too real early. I mean, till the next morning. And I thought I'd get up early and just do this and say my point of view on it. And the day I was, what's so funny? Let me give you one. Let me give the chat a joke here. The day I was gonna do the build on Travis, my speaker went. My whole the whole my whole laptop or something happened, but everything just reset itself. It took me ages to get back into my Gmail so I can go into my YouTube. So clearly, when you put up the thumbnail of him or whatever you got to do, especially if you're a certain type of person, particularly, right? It was so strange, because I normally go in and out of my YouTube, in and out of this, in and out of that. I don't have problems with technical stuff normally, but I had a problem. So, I just thought, with all them problems, I'm still going to bring the message, and it is what it is, isn't it? I'm going to bring what I think, my message, my uptake on it, because, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to waffle now. I'll probably waffle, but yeah, it's quite obvious what was going on in that concert, and why I think there's Freddie Boo always talks about the jumpers and the jumpers. There's digital. It comes through the digital as well. So even while you're watching stuff, it can also touch your digital or digital things what you're dealing with. And I've watched many of his videos, many, even till when I'm lying down, I'm even seeing stuff moving around in the flipping room. I'm like, wow. By this time, the coach just sitting there, but it looked like it was moving, like it was moving forward and backwards and all this. So whatever the guy is called on, it lets you know that it's here. You know, so I know people ain't into spookism and all that stuff, but never say never. You know what I mean? Never say never. You know, you'll see all types of strange things happening. I think from now we're probably going to see a lot more strange things till the end of the year. We're going to see more things happening. So don't be surprised. Never be surprised. No. Don't let things like this surprise you. Okay? So yeah. So that was my little tangent for a bit. But I'm gonna come off. I'm gonna come off. Thank you for everybody that came through to the chat. I might have to do an open panel on this, but like, you know, it's just the sorting out the timeage on it. So I can be there, so I can deal with it. So we can all have what we think, what is going on. Because I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on this. So yeah, see, there I go. I'm going on another tangent again. Anyways, yeah, so with that said, let me come off. Thank you, people, for coming through. Let's see who was here. Tripsies, Optimus Prime, good looking honky. Why would you name yourself that? Big Big Dog Philly OG. And those who are listening in the bushes, thank you for coming through. Please comment onto this video. I think I'm gonna put the comment one up right now. Please comment on this particular subject because I know there's a lot in it. There's a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna come off now before I start waffling. Okay, so I'll see you. Bye. Oh yeah, take care. Bye.